my name's Lenny, and this is Hard Hugs. I'm not the leader of the band. I'm just introducing the band. I'm Lenny, and we're Hard Hugs.
Yeah, I'm Reagan Clancy, and I'm also not the leader of the band.
I'm John Anderson, and I'm also a contributing member of Hard Hugs.
I'm Joshua Lilland, and I am not the leader of this band.
One of the big ideas behind this band was just to give us an excuse to like have parties and play dancey music and get people dancing and having fun. Like it was pretty shameless in that regard. Like that's what this band is kind of all about, was throwing parties.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we got a little taste of playing fun music a few years back when we started a cover band, and we realized we were capable as musicians of getting people to dance, and that bug kind of stayed with us for a while. And rather than putting our energy into other people's music, we decided to kind of channel that energy into making our own music and seeing if we could come up with original stuff that got people out on the dance floor. I know for me, it's really, really special to play at the Myrna Lloyd because the very first concert I ever saw was here 20 plus years ago. It was this punk rock concert, and it was an entirely different world, and I always wanted to be a part of that world, so it's pretty special to get to play here.
Like we've played Jesters tons of times with a bunch of different bands and projects that we've all been involved in, and I think we all have a very warm spot in our hearts for Jesters. It's a place you can just go to like kind of do whatever weird project you're experimenting with and like not have to worry about judgment from the crowd, and usually, you know, you at least have some semblance of a crowd that's into what you're doing there, and you can just be loud and you can be kind of obnoxious, and it's just a really fun place to play and to like experiment with new projects and new ideas for songs or whatever. It's fairly low pressure and just a really fun place to play for people.
Yeah, totally.
There's a consistent group there that is kind of almost like a family that really loves live music of any kind, and so they'll, no matter what you bring to the stage, somebody's going to be excited about it.
And it's so like, I mean, Jesters has not been doing live music lately, but in the past, like the culture there was all so eclectic as far as what bands were playing, even on the same night, is a totally wide, random mix of stuff, which kind of became just part of the culture there. I feel like you never know what you're going to hear there, so that makes it kind of fun.
It's also one of the best places in town, well, one of the places in town that takes the best care of original artists doing original music.
Yeah.
There is a lot of music in town, a lot of places host music, but the expectation is often that you'll play covers or that you'll cover 3 hours of music, and in order to do that you usually have to draw on a pretty deep well of cover songs. And at Jesters, they've always paid musicians to come play their own songs. The crowd that shows up expects to hear original music and supports it, no matter what the style. There's been, like Lenny said, there have been nights where the bill is a solo acoustic performer, you know, a ska band, and then the night ends with a DJ, and nobody thinks that's weird there, which is pretty great.
There's definitely a community element too, kind of what you were talking about with the family element. I think that we have been a part of playing shows in spaces like that where we see returning people, and it's great to have a community that's invested in what you're doing, but also being able to contribute something back to that. I think in terms of creativity and sort of fostering other people's projects, or really encouraging that sort of spontaneous creative element, I think, in our community, and you find that in places like that.
Mm-hmm.
You find people who are still making things, and they're not just doing it because, I don't know, because it's a way to make money or something. Like, it's really about the creative element, I think, and so
Mm-hmm.
you find that in spaces like Jesters.
Down to the basement. We could stay the night in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's always been a pretty, as long as I've been involved with playing music at Jesters, it's always seemed like a pretty pure thing in that people are just doing what they love to do. I would say Jesters has also been the place in Helena that's like the closest to a scene in Helena, which I don't know that we've ever really had for an extended period of time, but Jesters, I think, is the closest we've come to that, where for a long stretch of time, you could go there on a Friday or Saturday night and you knew you were going to see live music, and it was probably going to be, well, you never knew what it was going to be, but it was going to be different. It was going to be something that was just going to be original. And I always wanted to be a part of something like that, and was kind of nervous for a long time to become involved with the Jesters scene. And then it was just more welcoming than I ever gave it credit for. And even, I don't know, kind of felt like we fit in right away.
There's such kind of a community down here, I feel like, and people who've been living down here for a long time, living right across from Jesters or whatever, and that it seems like a tricky balance. I think it's always important to have initiatives to like attempt to kind of bring new life, bring new culture, bring new art into a place, and it's important to not mess with what makes that place unique and special to begin with.